non-profit social policy foundation, the African Center for Health Policy Research and Analysis, is asking government to change its approach in dealing with testing for COVID-19 in Ghana. The center is the second health group to make that request after the Ghana Medical Association made the same request yesterday on PM Express here on JoyNews. On Monday, former Communication Minister Dr. Mane Buama also said the method of testing should change.
Our numbers are rising. Unfortunately, the graph that we see is not too helpful in terms of predicting whether we are dropping. In terms of dropping, we know we are not dropping, we are rising, but plateau, because there was a point that the graph had shown a certain horizontalness, which elsewhere they would have said, oh, we are plateauing, so it looks as if.
But then we started rising again.
It's because of the inherent challenges in the way our testing system is being managed. So, at best, you can put the overall effect of the step-ladder graph that we are seeing together and say that, look, the cases are increasing.
So that's the former Communication Minister, Dr. Mane Buama. At a media briefing on Tuesday, Executive Director of the Center, Dr. Thomas Anaba, said government must increase the capacity of testing to ensure all districts have testing centers and also to isolate everyone who's been tested until the results are released.
We look at preparation of our health system. Our health system, if they had designed what we call a strategic plan, because they know it was a pandemic coming, definitely we would have known that we lack this and this and that and that at the early stage. We could have procured things, put in place to start. Remember, PPEs were procured for coronavirus, Ebola, that had now been used now. We could still buy those equipments. The PCR machines we have now being bought could be bought and put, even if the coronavirus doesn't come. We can still use them in our hospitals because they are needed. But government didn't prepare our hospitals. Training was not done until March. If they had isolated like China has done, with draconian isolations, the disease wouldn't have spread.
But why is this coming up now, considering the fact that we have moved on and some steps have been taken? Why are we going back to that issue now?
In brief terms, what we are saying is that though government has failed in many aspects previously, we want him to take a look back at what he has done. Sit down, get experts, let's draw a strategic plan. And the strategic plan should include massive injection of diagnostic equipment, testing and giving results within 24 hours, isolating people who are infected, quarantine them and be responsible for their quarantine and isolation. Then that way, we'll be able to nip the coronavirus in the bud. But this nature of taking samples, patient going home or staying somewhere until some number of days, tests come before he will go out and infest. We'll be pouring water into a basket. And that is what we have done so far.
But you are saying that government's capacity to handle the issue was not enough. Do you think that now it will be able to quarantine all those that they have tested?
Sure, we think there's a capacity. So far, coronavirus has given Ghana almost 7 billion Ghana cedis. How much have they used? They can't tell me. They can't tell us they have used half of it. If we do a new strategic plan and we have to look for more money and add and save ourselves spending more billions, it's better we do it.
Dr. Anaba also believes that dissemination of information on coronavirus should be handled by the Health Ministry and not the Information Ministry.
We're also recommending for government to leave the education aspect out of political manipulations. We believe that the way information is given to us is skewed politically. That is what we believe, because everything was being guided by the Information Minister.
Are you trying to say you don't want the Information Ministry to be the ones giving us the information? I want to get that clear.
Please, the Information Minister is not an expert in health information delivery.
He brings in the experts.
No, he talks more than the expert, and they give chance to people who don't need to talk. A great minister doesn't need to come to a platform of corona pandemic to give history about prices of goods in the market.
I just want to correct that. The Agric Minister's press conference was totally different from the Ministry of Information's press conference giving updates. It was a standalone press conference. I remember that very well.
Beautiful. What about the presidents and the vice presidents? and made political promises which were not in tandem with coronavirus. Never. The Vice President yesterday, they should take it away from them. The Health Ministry has an information center, has specialists in public health who can give good information about health. Must start. And we should give NCCE and Information Service Department enough resources, translate all this information into local languages, disseminate them through local radio stations for the people to get educated, because, look, the ignorance is too much, it's still too much about coronavirus, and that would lead to a disaster.